Send in the Clowns. Now, this tune, hauntingly beautiful, of course, by Stephen Sondheim, from a Broadway musical, A Little Night Music, that was on stage in 1973. It was then recorded by Frank Sinatra first, but a couple of years later, Judy Collins did it, and that's where most of my generation heard it, I think. And just a fabulous album. Judith, I believe it was called. And an interesting little history with this song and me. I used to play it 30 years ago, and I had sheet music to it that was all worn and wrinkled and ripped up because I just had studied it so hard. And the original, or the sheet music, is in the key of E flat, and so it made it kind of easy to actually look at it and change it to E, because the notes stay the same. You got to just change the key signature. So it worked out really well in the key of E. Now, the longer history of this is about 15 years ago. I stopped playing it for some reason and couldn't find the music. It has disappeared. I mean, it might be here in this room someplace, but I can't really pin down what happened to the music. And there were parts of it I just couldn't resurrect. I couldn't remember exactly the chord progression, and it's, Stephen Sondheim, it's unusual stuff, unusual chords, unusual time changes in it. So the phrasing is so cool. I'll talk about that a little bit more as we get into working on the piece. But how it came back in my life was really an interesting story, because about a year ago, 2 years ago now, a while ago, I was visiting a friend in New Hampshire, and had this beautiful house on a lake. What was the lake called? Upton Pond, and grand piano in this beautiful house on 1,300 acres of wilderness. Anyway, and so I walked in, and there is the sheet sitting on the piano. I mean, I certainly don't remember leaving it there, but I was certainly glad to see it. And I thought, oh, this is my chance to resurrect Send in the Clowns. And so I messed with it for a little while, and then I didn't really think about it too much. But I was like leaving. I was heading home, and I thought, oh man, I gotta either steal that from my friend's sister, or take a picture of it. Phones are like a marvelous thing now. So I grabbed a quick shots of the I think it was just 3 pages of stuff, and thankfully brought it home, and it's back together now. And I figured I would share it with my students all over the world as an arrangement. Now, it has some tricky things in it. You probably notice there's a lot of bar chords in there that need to be really clear. But there's also most of it is not too difficult. The difficult thing is actually playing it with feeling and not having it sound. Actually, that's not so bad. Anyway, I don't know about that. But so I like to play this really slowly and dream-like. So we'll just start working our way through it. There's basically two parts. There's a verse and a bridge. The bridge only happens once. So we'll take a look at all of this coming up. A lesson on Send in the Clowns.